Uh,
Hey guys, it's me, Mitch Sounds. I'm here, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. And today we are playing Sakura Angels. I'm gonna share my screen real quick, and then we will begin.
oh yes, Daddy.
Oh
Yummy screenshots. uh,
my God, it's so loud! Holy crap! Oh, shut up. Okay. That scared the crap out
oh
of
my
me.
God, it's so loud.
That hurt my ears. Holy shit, dude. Okay, here we go. I'll let you start.
Yeah, about that. It is. Okay, so Discord is glitching to where I see it, then it goes away, then I see it, then it goes. It is basically flashing me.
Oh, sounds perverted.
Shut up. Every night. Still can't fucking read. Hold on. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Still doesn't fix it. I cannot read. I'm
Uh,
sorry.
okay. You at least
I'm sorry, but
participated, okay? So I'll put you in the
I
description,
tried.
okay? You at least
I
tried.
tried.
Yeah.
I
I
got every night and that's it.
okay. You can just watch while we talk and read.
Okay.
Every night I have the same dream. Every night I'm always brought back to this place without fail. Even and then every morning I'll wake up with no memory of this place at all until the next time I fall asleep. Not a single night has went by without my consciousness being dragged into this abyss. This realm is devoid of light, so much so that I can't even see my hand in front of my face, no matter how desperately I wave it.
Why does this just sound like death?
I know, what the fuck?
Bro's dying every night.
Yeah, the concept of sound is just as absent. My steps silent, and my distressed cries swallowed by the bordering darkness as quickly as they had left my mouth. I'm in a bleak, barren wasteland of nothingness. Spending any prolonged amount of time here begins to make me doubt even my own existence. Yet, despite feeling suffocated by a striking absence of anything, I, I know I'm not alone. Something is watching me, stalking me from the shadows. I can't. What is this? I can't say for sure what it is, but every once in a while I'll catch sight of something from the corner of my view. A pair of burning bright eyes fixated purely on me. They hated me, despised me. There's an overwhelming sense of animosity radiating from whoever they belong to. I know they want
Sounds like
nothing
he's in a
more than to lash out and attack me, but something is holding them back. A force they truly despise. Invisible chains that bind and restrict them from the one thing that is on their mind. Also, real quick, before I continue, I'm gonna make the screen bigger for everyone. So,
Alright, so, hold on. Why does he sound like he's in a strip club and the bouncer's just looking at him wanting to kill him? Like, bro, come on. Stop touching the ladies. uh,
Okay. At first, when I began dreaming about this place, the eyes were distant, like glimmering stars. But with each passing night, the eyes seem to inch ever closer and shine ever brighter. I think whatever force has been holding them from me is beginning to fade. What will happen when these eyes reach me? I shudder to think. I know it's just a dream, so I shouldn't be afraid. But everything I experience here is so vivid. None of the usual murky haze that shrouds such dreamlike environments seems to exist here at all. I have perfect clarity.
Are you sure you're not just dying over and over again in your sleep, sir?
I can feel the stagnant, freezing air around me, enough to incite a shiver out of me every once in a while. Since I'm so used to this dream, I know how it'll end. I'll wade through the darkness for what seems like an eternity, never finding anything, until the morning finally comes to pull me out of this nightmare. At least, that was how it usually ended. Something is different tonight.
Not this
Those hateful old burning eyes that always kept just out of sight before, I'm suddenly confronted by them. Never before have they been so close. Never before have I stared straight back into them. Their narrowed, piercing gaze roots me to the spot, and a shooting pain surges through me. I can't move. I can't breathe. And then, from out of the darkness, a crooked smile spreads, just as sinister as the eyes.
もうすぐだ。もうすぐ自由を味わうことができる。残りの平穏を楽しめ、少年。君の命はもうわずかだ。
Hold on one sec.
Meow.
We don't need voices where we're going.
Meow.
Hey, Marine, you want to join us?
What for?
Sakura Angels. We've moved on.
I don't know, man. Not doing the best today, honestly.
What? What are you talking about? I saw you having fun on GTA.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw how many minutes that was? That wasn't even a full stream because my internet quit. Again.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I'm not doing another GTA stream or any other until I get that fixed, so.
Yeah, we unplugged mine and replugged it to reset it.
I mean, we just that's the same thing of is just turning it back off and back on. So
No, actually it's not, surprisingly.
it is to me. So
Well, here's the difference. You're literally cutting all power from it when you take out the cords, and then putting them
Okay,
in,
King.
it brings it all back in.
I didn't know King was in this party with us.
Wait, what do you mean?
Marine's pulling a king.
what?
That thing.
Okay. I guess I'm reading then. I mean, I don't mind
Jar-
reading. I just want people to participate with me. And Jar Jar actually did, so he's getting put in the description. So.
I would if I had a computer that would actually fucking show it.
Can I even maximize this? Hold on. Without freaking out. Okay, that looks weird. Never mind. Anyways, so close. I can practically taste the freedom. It won't be long now. Enjoy the peace while you can, boy, for your days are numbered.
Who you calling boy? I ain't no
And
boy.
then everything shall change. Ellipses. Ugh. My head is killing me.
My dick is killing me.
These morning migraines are the worst. Every morning, without fail, I always wake up to a sensation not unlike my skull being pounded by a jackhammer.
Ouch.
Surprise, surprise, he was drunk. Thump. 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 It's almost like a heartbeat. I feel like my head is going to split open. It's weird though, because even though the pain is so intense, it never lasts long. In the space it takes me to get up and head for school, the pain is usually reduced to just a dull old throb at the back of my skull by then.
Throb. Oh, those hurt so bad, dude.
So, it isn't too much of a hassle in the grand scheme of things, but it clearly isn't a fun way to wake up. I just find it odd how consistent it seems to be. Anyway, enough pondering these weird mysteries. It's time to tackle the day.
Man.
After a moment of wrestling with my blankets, freaking WWE style, I swing my legs around and drag myself out of bed.
WWE style.
Yeah. A quick look at my bedside clock tells me it's still early.
Quickie.
Too early. If I had it my way, the world wouldn't start until at least a good way into the afternoon. But sadly, life just isn't that wonderful. Pulling back the curtains to let the light flood into my room, I suppressed the urge to let out a hiss, almost blinding myself in the process. Because yes, he is a vampire.
That's what I just said.
Too bright! The rest of my time getting ready is spent fighting with my uniform. Drop kicks the uniform on the ground.
That's disrespect.
A tie becoming all the more problematic to put on when you're half asleep. Yes, it would be really problematic that your tie would chokehold you. Oh god, I think I've actually got my hand stuck in it. Oh no! He's in a... the tie got him in the hold.
Stuck in what hole?
He's... I'm being such a retard today. Okay. Almost choking myself to death in the most pathetic fight ever. I finished putting on the tie, the rest of my uniform complying peacefully with me. Unable to find a comb, I settled for just flattening my hair down with my hands. Blinking into the mirror, I left staring back at someone with messy black hair. It's close enough. Somewhat dressed and somewhat ready, I stumbled out of my room, my legs still not fully awake. Uneven steps carried me dangerously down the steps, and I soon emerged into the kitchen. I'm greeted by silence. The kitchen is empty. A familiar scene for me. My parents are what you might call workaholics. Basically, they spend more time at their respective jobs than they ever do here. I only ever get to catch them during the evening while we're eating, and then everyone is off to bed and the cycle repeats.
Like my dick.
Don't get me wrong, I understand they have to work in order to keep us living comfortably, so I don't hate them for it. It just gets, I don't know, lonely? Well, there's no use moping about it. It's been like this for years, so I don't know why I was getting all emotional about it now. The plus side of them not being around is that I quickly had to learn how to cook for myself. It's amazing how fast you can adapt to that sort of stuff when you're starving. I don't think I have enough time for anything fancy to eat for breakfast, so I'll just settle for toast. You can never go wrong with toast. Okay, you might be able to go wrong with toast. I have sudden traumatic flashbacks to when the toaster erupted into flames. Ah, what a day that was. But I've learned from my mistakes now. It won't happen a third time. Having devoured the only slightly charred toast, I sling my bag over my shoulder before starting for the front door. I give the empty house one last look over before opening the front door. It's kind of depressing to have no one to say goodbye to. But, again, this has been the same for every weekday morning since forever ago. The sun is shining high in a cloudless sky. There's clouds right there. Birds are chirping overhead. Waves of students are passing by, happily chatting with one another as they all make their way to school. It's all so horrible. It's not much of a morning. I'm not much of a morning person, so I can't even begin to fathom how everyone can be so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed right now. Hold on one sec, guys. I have no internet. Thankfully, this doesn't require internet to play. I mean, it's taking... It's taken all of my willpower just to be able to put a foot in front of the other without just crumpling to the ground. Sorry guys, I'm just making sure. Wow, they really need to fix this. I just have to hope the breakfast kicks in and gives me the energy I need before I'm forced to literally drag myself through the school gates. While keeping my head down and my eyes glued to the ground as I soldiered on, I suddenly noticed that the vibrant atmosphere from before is gone. Silence has completely taken over, my steps the only thing making any noise. The air is still. Huh, that's a bit strange. Bringing my head up, I met with an unsettling sight. The street is deserted. No students, no cars, and even the cheerful chirping of the birds is gone. What? I hurry on forward, hoping to at least run into somebody, anyone. Even the sun's once golden rays seemed muted, the world tinged in dreary tones. But there still isn't a cloud in the sky. Okay, this is definitely starting to freak me out. I need to just. A splitting pain shoots through my head, stopping me in my tracks. Like a searing poker being thrust through my skull. A headache? Now? Nothing is making any sense. Desperately trying to keep myself upright as I clutch a hand to my head, I stagger forwards. Unlike the headaches from before that gradually died down, this one only seems to be getting worse. Thump, thump, thump. It won't stop at all. I'm brought to my knees. I can hardly even think straight. My head threatened to explode at any moment. And then, through gritted teeth and a pained expression, I see it. Something that shouldn't exist, yet clearly does, as confirmed by my own terrified eyes. A monster. That's the only word that can come to my scrambled mind. A hulking, grotesque mass of flesh, with gnarled fangs and red, slitted eyes, seething with hate. The closest thing I can relate to it would be a dog, but no dog I of know of is 3 times the size of me, its form practically eclipsing the sun. It snorts with flared nostrils, something like steam being exhaled out. Given its tense stance and the fact it's blocking my way, I can only assume it's here for me. But why? What the hell is it? Where did it come from? Why does it want me? A million and one questions race through my head, but I doubt I'm going to get any answers from this thing. There's only one thing I can do when presented with such odds, and that is to. Hold on one sec, guys. Yeah, we're using spin wheel for this one because I can't really decide myself. So, I know both pretty much have the same thing, but it's fine. Okay, stand my ground. Of course. I don't know what the hell the thing is, or why it suddenly appeared before me, but I'm not going to let it take me down without a fight. Ignoring the pain that threatens to consume my skull, I straighten myself up and stare right back into the hateful eyes of the beast. And then, tightening a fist, I lash out like lightning, my fist connecting with its head cleanly with a solid impact. Take this, foul beast! Wham! Okay, no. Bad idea. That did nothing. In fact, it looks even angrier than it did before now. All I've managed to do is bruise my own fist. I hope I haven't broken anything. I reel back from my brutal attack, giving the fist in question a good shake. It still stings. Ow! Now what do I do? My blazing surprise attack was met with complete indifference, and now I think it's too late to run, as the creature is gearing itself up for a charge, its front leg digging the ground. This might have been a mistake. I tried to turn tail and begin running, but the beast kicks off the ground straight towards me. There's nothing else I can do. I brace myself as the beast can for the inevitable bone-shattering impact. Right before the beast can connect with me and bring my life to a grisly end, a dazzling radiant light floods my vision, engulfing both me and the monster. The beast stops in its tracks, and a guttural cry escaping it before it vaporizes before my eyes. What? What the hell just happened? Jeez, that was a close one. Are you alright? A cheerful voice chirps. A welcome sound after the terrors of that thing. Don't talk to him. We have to leave before. And then another voice that's less cheerful. In fact, they sound angry more than anything. Oh yeah, look who it is. The light soon fades, revealing my saviors. Though this is definitely the last thing I was expecting. Two girls roughly my age stand before me. I blink several times before I scrub at my eyes, hoping things might make a little more sense. This can't be real. I'm having more trouble believing these girls are actually standing before me than I did the monster. Wielding weapons and costumes taken straight out of a fantasy book, it's all a bit much for my brain to attempt to process. What? What the heck was that? A shadow. The more cheerful one of the two simply says that to me, her stance relaxing some. Huh? What was that supposed to explain everything? I glanced down at my feet where my own shadow stretches, but the girl burst into a giggle. Not your own shadow, silly. That thing we just took care of, which you're welcome for, by the way, is what we call a shadow. The physical manifestation of all the hatred and negative emotions that might lurk in one's heart. Normally, they're not so aggressive during the day, though it was really out for you. We're usually pretty good at nabbing them before they get to you, but this one completely took us by surprise. I'm happy we got here in time. You're not hurt, are you? No, I'm fine, but as if things weren't bad enough, that we had to reveal ourselves to him. Now you're just casually blabbing away things that no normal person should have a right to know. Have you lost your mind? I'm cut short by the more aggressive looking of the pair, whose expression had grown darker and darker as the cheerful one had spoken. Looking like she's unable to take it anymore, she exploded, causing both of us to jump. Ah, but he looks so confused. And now that he's seen one of the shadows firsthand, don't you think it's just a little too late for us to quietly slip back into the shadows? Her eyes narrow into a frightening glare. It's clear that she isn't happy, but I don't think she has anything to counter that. See? You worry too much. We'll only tell him what he needs to know. Nothing more, nothing less. The upbeat girl brings her attention back to me, a sparkle in her eye. Right, so, Kenta, where were we? We were... Wait, how do you know my name? Huh? Oh, whoops. She puts a hand to her mouth as if to try to take back the words. The questions continue to pile up, and I still haven't gotten any answers. You idiot! Whap! The serious one wraps her fist against the other hand, who sticks her tongue out in a sort of tee-hee, my bad kind of way. So you guys know me? I've never seen them in my life. And given how they look, I definitely think I would have remembered them. Well, we don't know you personally, but we've been watching over you for a while now. You've become quite the point of interest recently, you know? Me? What the heck did I ever do to get so much attention? As far as I know, as far as as far I know, well, as far as I know, I'm just an average student who lives an average life, doing average things. Though after this, I guess I can't really call my life average anymore. Can't really go into details, because, you know, top secret and all, but let's just say it's not in our best interest for you to fall into the wrong hands. You wouldn't believe how much effort we've been putting into keeping you safe, you know? Actually, I'm kind of relieved we finally get to meet, so you can finally appreciate all the hard work. She beams at me, leaning in perhaps just a little bit too close. She's throwing so much at me here, I can hardly think straight. Just who the heck are you guys? She falls deep into thought, her nose scrunching up. I guess she's choosing her words carefully as to avoid another brutal assault from her partner. Think of us as your guardian angels, okay? Saying that, she gives her bow a flourish, and it shatters between her fingers. Moments later, the shattered pieces of the bow begin to gather behind her. The shards piecing back together rapidly until finally they form a pair of wings on her back. The wings, while not strictly attached to her, at least seem to function as they sway in the breeze and give off a glimmer every now and again. Wait, are they literally angels? Let me get this straight. To start from the beginning, That thing that attacked me, that monster you call... Stop! Shut up. I'm fucking doing a video. Okay. You call those shadows? Yep. And these shadows have supposedly been hunting me for a while now. Because apparently if they catch me, it'll be bad for unspecified reasons. Yep. Really bad. And you guys, whoever you are, have been combating them from the shadows to keep me safe from harm? She nods enthusiastically. It looks like I've just about got a grip on what this whole thing is, even if it was a little sparse on details. Knowing all this, it brings me to the conclusion that those are some funny options. Well, at least the second one's funny. Option 2. Okay. Yeah. I see how it is now. You do? Yeah. You guys have lost it. Lost it? She looks taken aback by my words. Maybe I'm being harsh, but it's the only real truth I can see here. Completely and utterly. I don't know if you're cosplayers or what, and I've just stumbled up into some sort of wacky demonstration, but there's just no way any of this is real. It's only, it's the only conclusion my frazzled mind can come up with. She didn't really expect me to believe all that junk about them being my guardian angels, did she? Ha! You guys can stay in your little fantasy world, but leave me out of it, okay? Saying that, I walk past them. Now, uh, now later than ever for school. Jeez, did they really hold me up this long? At this rate, I'll be lucky if I can even catch the last part of the morning lesson. Hey, wait! This is... I really can't afford to listen to any more of their madness, so I try to shut them out as I continue to make some distance between us. Something catches the back of my collar and forces me to stop to a stop, almost choking me in the process. Before I can even wonder what could have stopped me, the same rough force moves to my shoulder and forces me to spin around. I'm confronted by a scary face belonging to the more stern of the two girls that had kept generally quiet up until now. Really? I mean, really? Are you really this much of an idiot? I, I, uh, I can feel myself shrink under her powerful glare, her once lithe form now towering over me. Like this, she's even scarier than that monster. It's bad enough we had to show ourselves, but now you're just going to act like we're crazy? She tightens her fist with a scowl, her knuckle giving off an unsettling crack. I don't even know why we bother. If this is how you're going to treat us, maybe next time we should just let them eat you. Hm. She folds her arms and turns her head to the side. She really is an emotional one. What? Don't say that! The cheerful one stumbles as she dashes to get between us and flashes me an apologetic smile. I'm sure she didn't mean that. She just gets a little grouchy sometimes. And you don't get all angry with him. It's only natural he would be skeptical of us at first. Whatever. He really is as stupid as he looks from a distance. Ouch. I am still here, you know. Oh? That's not what I remember. In fact, I remember you saying he looked quite cute. Wham! Her face going a fair shade of crimson. She delivers a solid fist to the cheerful girl's face. And it wasn't a playful bop like before. This time she wasn't holding anything back. It really did look painful. Shut up! I said no such thing. Wah! Okay, fine. Jeez, these two are really something. She really did seem serious about this whole thing, though. Maybe I was being a bit rash to just dismiss them as lunatics. I mean, I still think they're pretty crazy, but maybe there's some truth to their words. I can't really deny the existence of that monster after all, as much as I would like to. Okay, so, what happens now? Well, not that the shadows have gotten more aggressive. I really don't think we can go back to our old job of watching you from afar. We were lucky to just barely catch that thing just now, after all. Somehow, I don't like the sound of that, or what it might imply, at all. So, we'll be parting ways for now, but expect us to be keeping an extremely close eye on you from now on, okay? Bye-bye for now! She gives me a wink and a wave before taking off in the other direction. Her less enthused partner simply turns her head from me with one last humph before following after her. I'm soon left completely alone within the street, where just moments ago my entire world had been spun on its head. Did all of that just happen? Ah, jeez. All of this will have to wait for later, though. Right now, I have to focus on the bigger issue, being late for school. I break into a sprint as I try to make up for lost time, all the while hoping that I'll never run into those two again. Somehow, I just about barely made it to class. It was a photo finish through the door, right as the bell went, but I made it. Taking a moment to catch my breath, I dragged myself over to my desk, the teacher arriving almost seconds after I collapsed into the chair. Too close. None of the other students seemed too bothered by my late entrance. Though at this point, maybe this is what they expect of me anyway. I have been pretty late at times, even missing the bell entirely some days. Mostly due to sleeping in. At least this time I had an actual reason for cutting it so close. However, after what happened earlier, I think it's going to be impossible for me to focus on the lesson. I'm beginning to wonder if I'll ever get an explanation for whatever the heck that was that just happened. And possibly tall creatures. Girls wielding magic weapons. No matter how I look at it, my brain refuses to accept it as reality. It goes against everything I know. I scrub through my hair, a faint headache still ringing at the back of my head. Being lucky enough to have a seat situated by the window, I let my gaze wander out. My eyes vacant as I stare into the clear blue sky. The teacher is doing his usual morning speech, no doubt talking about the upcoming events for our school, but his words are just a dull mumble in my ears, my mind miles away. Those girls knew me by name, and no matter how far I delved back through my memories, it's clear I've never seen them in my life. At least, I don't think I've seen them before. I think hard. Maybe too hard, to the point my eyes began to strain. Nope, nothing. I can't recall a single thing that might shed light on this. Defeated for now, I tuned back into the class while still keeping my sights set on the sky, the teacher's voice becoming clear once more. Now, I know it's a bit sudden, but as of today, we have 2 transfer students that will be joining our class. Transfer students? At this time of the year? It's a bit late to be joining, don't you think? Even the teacher sounds confused as he announces them. And not just 1, but 2? Why do I get the feeling there's something off about this? Almost as if it's tied into what happened earlier. Ha, no, it couldn't be. I like you all to make them feel welcomed as they transition in. Uh, what did you say your names were? I'm Sayaka. It's nice to meet you all. I hope we can get along. Hmm? A bolt upright. I bolt upright in my seat, my head snapping towards the front of the classroom. That upbeat voice. Is it really? Oh my gosh. Sure enough, 2 girls I never thought I'd see again are stood before me in my school. In my classroom, no less, wearing the school's official uniform. The cheerful one, Sayaka, bows politely to the class, flashing me a grin as her eyes pass over me. What? What is this? The other girl is less courteous, her arms crossed and her brow furrowed. She doesn't look pleased to be here at all. Her gaze passes over me too, but rather than a smile, she gives me a nasty glare. Is she blaming me for this? It sure feels like it. The grumpy one beside me here is Hikari. Go on, say hi. Hey, don't. Sayaka gives her a playful push and she stumbles to the center of the classroom, everyone's eyes upon her. She looks like she's at a loss for words, her mouth opening and closing as her face gradually goes red. I guess she doesn't cope well under the spotlight. I'm Hikari. Nice to meet you all. She trails off into a murmur before spinning on her heel and storming her way back to Sayaka, practically hiding behind her. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Hikari simmers with silent rage, her hands balled up into tight fists, practically shaking. I'm sure if she wasn't in a classroom full of people, things might have gotten violent here. With their introductions over, the teacher motions for them to take their seats. Wait a second. I only just realized where the only spare seats in the classroom are. One of them is to the right of is right behind me with a window view too, and the other is to my right. So that means they'll both be sitting beside me? Actually, this is pretty convenient. I can finally ask them just what the heck they think they're doing. Sayaka, with a spring in her step, waltzes towards the desk behind me. Hikari stomps her way over and takes the other desk. I lean out from my desk to try and catch their attention, but I'm cut short by the teacher, who resumes whatever it is he was talking about before. Damn it. I don't want to get in trouble for talking during class. I'll have to wait until the break. That's 2 lessons away though, which is practically an eternity. I swing back around to the front of my desk. I can't do anything right now, so I'll just pay attention to the teacher and... no, how can I pay attention to anything when 2 magical girls are sitting near me? I want answers now! Drawing my finger against the desk as the teacher continues to drone on, I try to think of a way around this. It's better I don't speak during class, so... Ah, of course, it's so obvious. I dig into my school bag and pull out my notebook and pencil. I'll just pass them a note. Simple and silent. It's a bit of an amateur means of communicating, I'll admit, but I'm desperate here. I scribbled down my message. Why are you guys what are you guys doing here? I may as well get straight to the point. I tear the page out, almost ripping it in half in the process. Only one question is left. Who do I give this note to? Okay. Spinning the wheel! Ah, Hikari. Okay. Right. It's easier to pass her the note without looking too suspicious, since she's to my side. Keeping my eyes forward, I casually lean out and slide the note onto her desk. I just narrowly avoid the teacher's ever vigilant gaze as I do so, his eyes sweeping over the class like a searchlight. Phew. I'm hopeful that this might actually work as I watch Hikari from the corner of my eye. She gives me a sidelong glance, picking up the note with 2 fingers as if it were contaminated. She brings it up to my face, it scans over once, and then crumples it up with a sneer, tossing it back my way before focusing on the lesson. Harsh. Well, that was a failure. I feel like the teacher is keeping a closer eye on me than he did before, so I probably can't get away with passing another note to Sayaka instead. Feeling a little hurt from her crushing rejection, I slump forward, keeping my head propped up lazily, hand with a hand. If she's going to be like that, I suppose I should try and piece things together as best as I can until I get a chance to talk to them properly. Let's see. They said they were my guardian angels before, right? And that attack from before must have spooked them to the point where they feel watching over me from afar just won't cut it anymore. That's as good a conclusion as I can come up with my own on my own anyways. Since the Ice Queen over there refuses to even throw me a scrap of information, the first lesson of the day goes on with agonizingly at an agonizingly slow pace. I can't focus on a thing, no matter how hard I try. After what seems like an eternity, the bell finally rings, announcing the end of the lesson. There's still another lesson to go before break time, though before break time though, which makes it impossible to talk with the girls, especially since the next lesson is PE, where the boys and girls are separated. Ah, why is life so complicated? After reluctantly getting changed for PE, I'm soon in the schoolyard with the male half of our class. Much like the first lesson, I find it hard to pay attention to the PE teacher as he goes through our basic warm-up exercises. I follow the exercises just about with as much enthusiasm as a zombie. The rest of the lesson is sort of a blur, at least until some of the male students start to look towards the track field where the girls are. They're staring in amazement, some even rubbing at their eyes as if it couldn't be real. What's so amazing? What are you guys all looking at? I'm also into the crowd that's formed, so I can actually get a good look at the field. No way. The girls are running on the track, which isn't an amazing thing in itself, but it's who's running on the track that makes it such an unreal sight. Sayaka is blazing across the track, practically a blur as she leaves the others in the dust. She's literally running circles around them. She doesn't look tired or exhausted at all either, save for the beads of sweat creeping up. In fact, she has a big smile on her face, clearly enjoying it all. As if it wasn't obvious before, these girls are on a completely different level. I'm sure she's breaking several kinds of records right here. The other girls in the group helplessly trail behind her, their expressions ranging from sheer confusion to envy. Some of the girls are, well, I guess were now the top of their class when it comes to track 2. But she's making them all look like snails in comparison. I can't imagine how they must feel being showed up by someone who hasn't even been here a day. I can hardly keep my eyes on her. She seems to get just a little faster with each loop she makes around the track. It won't be long now before she becomes just one big blur encircling the place. Is she even human? I'm seriously beginning to doubt it here with this superhuman display. I think even the top athletes in this country couldn't compete to her. While Sayaka is hogging the spotlight here, there's someone missing in all of this. Her far grumpier counterpart, Hikari. If anything, shouldn't she be neck and neck with Sayaka? I scan the ones trailing behind, but I can't find her either. Just where? Oh. Behind even the other girls being left behind is in Sayaka's dust. I see someone dragging their feet, a sour expression on their face. She's just walking, her arms folded like usual. I wonder if her arms are glued like that. She isn't even trying. She must really have not wanted to enroll here. It must have been Sayaka's idea entirely. What are you all staring at? Come on, let's get back to it. Apparently, all forgetting we had our own lesson at hand, the teacher calls us back to reality, forcing us all to reluctantly stop gawking at the girls. The rest of the PE lesson goes by without anything much of note happening, and then finally, the lunch break arrives. I spot the magic girls in the classroom, casually chatting away with some of the other students. Okay, guys. Um, yep. I hope you enjoyed this. So make sure you guys put a like, subscribe, dingle that bell notification icon, and I'll see all of you guys on the next one.